So, Israel Adesanya might not be fighting the winner of Whittaker versus Duplessis. According to Dana White, so he was asked at the post-fight press conference the other night, the plans regarding what's going on with UFC 293 and that being like 2 months after UFC 290, which would be too short notice for both Whittaker and Duplessis, whoever ends up winning that fight. And Dana White said that they have an announcement regarding that coming very soon. So Israel Adesanya might fight somebody else in the meantime. Well, whoever wins between Dricus and Robert, let's be real, it's gonna be Robert, although anything can happen. I think it's gonna be Robert Whittaker. And assuming Robert does get the job done, we know that he's probably not gonna be ready for September. I mean, anything's possible. I mean, we've seen some fighters at the highest level do quick turnarounds before, but why risk having Robert Whittaker overtrain and not be at 100%? So I'm wondering what this announcement can be. And I think it's going to be 1 or 2 or 3 things. Either the UFC is going to completely scrap Whittaker versus Duplessis and just give Dricus the title shot in Australia, Sydney, Australia, September 9th, or Whittaker the title shot without fighting Dricus, or Israel Adesanya will get a light heavyweight title shot since Yuri Prochazka still isn't ready, keeps delaying that Jamal Hill fight. They might just give Israel a second shot at the 205 belt against Jamal Hill. And if not Jamal Hill, the second option would be Khamzat Chimaev, since Khamzat Chimaev is going back to middleweight since he missed weight at 170 for his last fight. So those are like the only few things I can come up with. Nothing else makes sense. Like, everyone else in the middleweight division is already booked up. And I mean, look, Jared's fighting Vettori. Paulo was supposed to be fighting Ikram, but apparently he's not. But they're not giving Paulo a title shot with Israel Adesanya. Sean Strickland is fighting Abus, so that's not going to happen for Strickland. So I can only think of Khamzat Chimaev, even though he's like unranked at middleweight. Anything's possible. Chimaev is a big name. He's undefeated. The UFC, they might just give him that privilege to get that title shot at Israel Adesanya in Sydney, Australia. I could definitely see that happening. And look, if Poatan didn't already have a fight booked up with Jan Blachowicz, then I could see it being Alex Pereira, potentially at middleweight, like an automatic trilogy for Israel's first defense, getting the belt back. Like, I could see the UFC changing plans for Alex Pereira, but Pereira already has the fight lined up at 205. So we know Pereira is off the table. So the only guys I can really think of, again, is Jamal, which could set up the trilogy for Israel and Pereira at 205. If Israel does beat Jamal Hill and Pereira beats Jan Blachowicz, that fight's happening again at 205. And if not that, then again, it's got to be Chimaev. It's got to be that, or it might just be between Whittaker and Duplessis, and that fight just not happening between Robert and Duplessis. That's all I can literally think of at this point. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think is going to happen with the Sydney card? And who do you guys think Israel Adesanya is going to fight if it is not going to be Whittaker versus Duplessis, the winner, right away? Like and subscribe, and peace out.